quotation can be used as a hook in the introduction paragraph of an essay. It is also used as part of the evidence in the body paragraphs of a persuasive essay. There are 5 steps that you can use to make sure that you use quotations in a persuasive manner. The first step in using quotations is to introduce the quote. Avoid starting a sentence with a quote. Instead, use signal phrases such as argues, indicates, shows, points out, states, according to, and so on. The second step is to use the relevant information by quoting exactly as it appears in the text. Make sure that you use only the parts that are useful as evidence. In this example, the original quotation was much longer, but this student wishes to use the statistics, the figures of $150 to $300 that it costs for filling a single tooth cavity in Ontario to support the argument that this is becoming a very expensive thing. The third step is to integrate the quotation into your own sentence in a grammatically correct sentence. Make sure that the sentence flows. Read the whole sentence out loud. Listen to see if there's any awkwardness in the sentence structure. The fourth step is to cite the source. You can do this in 2 different ways. You can put all the information at the end of your sentence, or you could break it up into 2 parts. This is called the integrated method. You can put the author's name and the year in brackets next to the author's name, and then give the signal phrase, and then the quotation, followed by the paragraph or page number in brackets. Now, whichever method you prefer, whether you like to put it at the very end or you'd like to use the integrated method, the important rule to remember is that for APA in-text citation, you are required to include 3 pieces of information: the author's name, year of publication, and the paragraph or page number. The final and most important step in using quotations is to explain the quote. It is not enough to simply give the quote. You must take the time to explain to your reader why that quote is important to your argument. Relate it back to the point that you wish to make in that paragraph and to the overall thesis of your essay. Some helpful phrases you could use in order to highlight the significance of the quote are: this is significant because, this is important because, this shows that, this means, and this highlights, and so on. Here's a quick summary of what we just learned. If you wish to use a quote as evidence in the body paragraph of your research essay, make sure you follow the following 5 steps. Firstly, introduce the quote using signal phrases. Next, select only the relevant information to quote. Third, integrate the quote into your own sentence, making sure it flows smoothly and is grammatically correct. Fourth, cite the quote, giving the 3 pieces of information required: the author's last name, the year of publication, and the page or paragraph number. And finally, make sure that you explain the information that you quoted. Link it back to the thesis and the supporting point